Hello, welcome back. I'm stroking my cat. She wants to be involved. This is some more madness from Libs of TikTok. Episode 6. I think Big Nick wants to say something before we start, so let's go.
Before we get into it, make sure you go follow Libs of TikTok on Twitter.
Yeah, if you've got Twitter.
It's linked down below, as well as like the video and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you hit the little plus sign down below. And if you're watching on Odyssey, make sure you hit the little fire emoji. And you can follow and subscribe to this channel. If you want to help support the channel financially, you can always go over and donate on Entropy. It's linked down below. If you want you can always leave a question or a message or whatnot. And if you want that read out loud during a stream, we are live almost every Tuesday at 9:20 p.m. Eastern over on YouTube for the Big Nick Show, so you can donate then. Anyway, enough said. Let's get on with the video. Enjoy.
If you're wondering why I left that in, it's called professional courtesy. I'm using this guy's content to make my own content, so his plugs are left in as well. It's how things work. It's how you keep things fair.
Call motherfucking Rittenhouse is not guilty. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why black, indigenous, and people of color cannot motherfucking trust white people, because they can carry a motherfucking AR-15, walk around in the crowd, and motherfucking kill people and not go to jail.
I'm from the school of thought that believes you shouldn't speak unless you know what you're talking about. Unless you're at least like 90% sure, you shouldn't really voice it. So to say that somebody isn't guilty while the trial's going on is nonsense. How can you know that? What you mean is you don't believe he's guilty based on the lies that you've been told.
Well, looks like Wisconsin's gonna fucking burn tonight.
I can see a theme here.
All 5 charges. All 5 fucking charges. Not guilty. Unfucking real. If you don't know what white privilege looks like, look no goddamn further. Look no fucking further. He got away with murder and just to walk scot-free. Unfucking believable.
Is it murder? Is it murder? I see, I'm not sure about American laws. You see, this is why I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to ask questions about it. You guys, I know my subscribers and some of my viewers are American, so please, in the comment section, if you shoot somebody in self-defense, you're not charged with murder, are you? Because I thought murder was like intentional, purposeful homicide, like you actually planned it, or you just took somebody's life for no reason. But if you're getting beaten with a skateboard and someone's going to shoot you, I didn't think that was murder. I thought that was different. Yeah, basically every liberal on the internet after the Rittenhouse trial. I'm seeing a theme here, Nick. I'm seeing a theme. Just unfiltered rage. Let me see this from the start. Just rage.
Fucking believable.
Jesus, this true derangement.
I'm going to be real, and I don't give a fuck what anybody say.
I'm like that.
Black children need to be separated from white children and any other race when it comes to education, because no other race, especially white people, will tell the black person's history truthfully about where they come from, who they are, and what they are. The white person will only suppress the black person's history to maintain their genetic survival, to bring about a news story that doesn't even exist.
Okay, let's...
Jesus, some people are mad. Like properly mad. So, do you want segregation in schools? No. But I think white kids should be separate from black kids. You want segregation. You are trying to get schools to be separated off. So just as an extension of that, just as an extension of where black kids need to be separated from white kids and all the other races. It's a very, very sad way to view the world. But you hold that view, so okay. If that is the case, does that mean that we should have separate water fountains? And what about separate entrances? Do you know, like whites and blacks only entrances? What about stuff like that? Or have we had them in the past? I'm not quite sure. Seems like you've read too much sociology, not enough history. Sounds like his problem.
Let's go over the list in depth. We have snow possums, snow roaches, enemies of the sun. I'm not going to go on. I'm not reading them in order, obviously. Sugarcane snatchers, chalk demons, people of no color,
Chalk
sapiens, Mayo monkeys, Greek yogurt people, melanin deficient, not so silent majority.
Now, right? Some of these are, like, obviously they're racist. They are racist. But some of them are racist based on facts. Get your butt off my mouse, cat. It's always a cat and mouse game, innit? But yeah, some of these, like Mayo sapien and ice rat and people of no colour, they're just racist shit. Like chalk demon is probably one of the most racist things I've ever heard, because like a demon is obviously inherently evil. There's nothing good about a demon. But melanin deficient, that's not I think that's pretty accurate, because a deficiency is defined by like how much you need. So if you've got too much, too little, or enough. So, and skin cancer magnets was in there. Yeah, skin cancer magnets and melanin deficient, like they are accurate ways to describe white people. So they're not all racist, but a lot of them
cauliflower crustacean, microwave mayonnaise, snow termites, glue sticks, vanilla villain, sour cream citizens.
Vanilla villain, yeah, that's racist shit.
Sundown Sisters, blank Google Docs, yogurt yodelers, milk minions, ranch reindeers, white Wonder Bread, glue sticks, cream puff creators, Coke bricks, no purpose flowers,
so
milk
racist.
crickets, chalk
So
children,
racist.
lice
I don't
lieutenants.
even think I as a cis white imperialistic colonial conquering man from Britain, I don't even think I could list 10 racial slurs for a black person. I don't think I could. You've obviously got the N word, which is like the most basic one, and then you've got coon, which is a brand of cheese in Australia. They sell cheese. It's called coon cheese. Google it. Right? Wow, it's madness. So there's them two. And then I can't really think of any more off the top of my head, because the majority of racist terms, like there's only like 2 or 3 of them that really get used that I can think of. But to have a list that looks inexhaustible, we're up to 65.
Literal cheesecake factories, ghost thugs, unwit cream cheese,
Ghost thug. Well, Tupac's a ghost thug now. Is he pale?
plantation Barbies, colorless cardboards, plastic poodles,
bats.
blizzard maggots, evolution.
Cave dwellers. Oh, I might have to go off on a little tangent here. If you don't care about Lord of the Rings, move on. If you don't care, move on, right? But in the Rings of Power, the new series, the dwarves are black. And the reason that the dwarves were white is because dwarves live underground. And because there's no sunlight, they've evolved to be melanin deficient and skin cancer magnets, you see. And they're white. And people even call white people cave dwellers, because if you live in a cave, you don't see the sun. So why are the dwarves black? How can we have a black dwarven queen? That makes no sense. And the same as the elves. You know why the elves were pale? Because they live under a canopy. They're wood elves. They live in forests. They barely see the sun. They're not out in open meadows. They're under tree canopies. That's why they're pale white. There's a full continent of African people in the Lord of the Rings. There's a full continent of them. The Easterlings come with the Mumakil, the elephants, and like all of that. There's a full section that they could have used to portray a black story. They could have done it, but they've crowbarred them in where they don't fit. And even the black community calling us cave dwellers proves that point. Tangent over. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the racism.
Biggest mistakes, cave dwellers, Christopher Columbus's sisters, or daughters, or actually probably both at that point. Drywall, garlic goblins, Ku Klux Kleenex, light mode, hueless hooligans, people of colonial complexion, Parmesan parasites, walking dandruff, fecal lice, yeast beast, moon crickets, cloud colored, sun poison.
Cloud coloured. Oh, that's beautiful. Cloud coloured. I'm cloud coloured, Jasmine. Yes, I'm a cloud coloured cis man.
People, Hellman's honeys. I like that one a lot. Rice water, Raggedy Ann dolls, and frost fiends. I like that one now.
Yeah, you're racist.
5 facts to
shit.
fight diet culture.
The idea that we cannot govern our own bodies is rooted in European colonization. Diet culture is not rooted in health, it's rooted in power. Your body needs food.
You don't have to earn it or burn it off. The harm starts young. Children internalize fat phobia by the age of 5. Diet culture is fat phobia.
It can't be reformed, it must be abolished.
Right, they made 5 points there. You see, what I like to call that is quick fire bullshit. And what they'll do is they'll rapidly fire bullshit at you, and then you can't defend all of it, and you end up trying to defend one or two, and then the other 3 or 4 just sink into your mind, they just seep in. So let's go right back. I'll try and keep this one short, guys. I know I'll go long, but I've got a lot to say. Right, here we go.
5 facts to fight diet culture.
The idea that we
The incorrect idea that we cannot govern our own bodies.
cannot govern our own bodies is rooted in European colonization.
That you can't govern your own body. Well, you clearly can't govern your own body. You have got an urge to eat food, and the urge overcomes your resilience to not eat it. That's literally what happens there. You cannot control your own body. You are sitting there in front of me, and I can see that. So, like, I'll give you an example, right? If you see somebody, if you take 3 people, right, and you take a fat person, like an obese person, like this lady here, she's obese. She's not overweight, she's obese. She's in a danger zone for many health factors. That is a comorbidity. Let's not talk about the pandemic, right? But you take a person that's really fat, like her, you take a person that's average size, and you take a person that's got quite a bit of muscle on them, right? You, looking at those 3 people, can immediately tell who has got the most discipline from those 3 people. So the person who's really fat, like her, has got 0 discipline or close to it. She sees a cake, she eats it. The seafood diet, I see, I eat, right? That's their discipline level. The person who's in the middle has got a moderate level of discipline. They can control their body weight, they can control their physique, they don't overdo anything. They don't overindulge, they don't underindulge, right? And then you see the person who's absolutely jacked, right? So take it like, if you were going to think of someone from history, think of like Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah? Like someone that's really jacked up. You can tell the amount of discipline and endurance that it takes to get there. So looking at you, you can't control your body. So that's point 1. It's not rooted in European culture. African cultures have been thin for years. Do you know what I mean? They know that being fat isn't good. Show me an African huntsman who's lived in a tribe, who's a fat bastard, who's the best huntsman.
Diet culture is not rooted in health, it's rooted in power.
It's not rooted in power, it's rooted in health, because you have got comorbidities. The fatter you are, the more likely you are to suffer from heart problems, to suffer from respiratory problems. The list is almost endless. This, right, I'll give you a quick reason for why fat acceptance happens, right? If you're a man, this might not make sense to you, but if you're a woman, you'll probably understand. And this is for the guys so you can see it, right? Every time you see a skinny woman call a fat bitch beautiful, right? Every time you've seen that, a skinny woman call a fat bitch beautiful. She's not calling her beautiful because she accepts her body and she thinks she's beautiful. She knows that that's one less woman that's competing with her. Think about it. If you had 10 women to choose from and 9 of them are fat, the one who's thin has got a 30% advantage already just from being thin before you've even spoken to them. So when these girls are like, yes, queen, beauty at any size. No, what that means is, yeah, you big fucking whale. That means Chad will have me instead of you. That's what it means. And it is about health. But I paused it just in time here. Your body needs food. You don't have to earn it or burn it off, right? Your body does need food and you don't have to earn it. That is correct. You don't have to earn food. You don't have to, if you want to, you can use food as a reward mechanism. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is notorious for his cheat days. Type in "The Rock cheat day" and he'll have stacks of pancakes and pieces of pig and everything. Do you know what I mean? Right? So you can use it, you can earn it and use it as a motivational tool. But you don't need to earn it. I don't earn my food. I fast all day. I'll eat about 8 hours after I've woken up. So I don't eat all day. I do that. It requires discipline. I lift weights. I feel nauseous some days, like a couple of days a month. But it stops me getting fat. It's just the way it is. But you do have to burn it off. Because you can have a deficit of calories in which your body will start to lose weight. You'll start to process your body fat. If you've got a calorific deficit, right? That means that you've got less calories than you need. Then if you're hitting the perfect amount, which by the way is fucking impossible. There is no way for you to get the correct amount of calories because it will fluctuate every day depending on the activity that you've done. So that you can't say I need 2,572 a day. You can't do that because one day you might need 71, one day you might need 76. So you can never hit it. But the best thing you can do is get close to it. So you don't want to underdo it and you don't want to overdo it. So you do have to burn it off if you overdo it. The lady on the right there needs to go on a diet and consume less calories, right? If that lady on the right there consumed less calories than she is now, right, and took exercise, her weight gain would either slow or reverse. I can say that now. You do have to burn it off.
Your body needs food.
You don't have to earn it or burn it off. The harm starts young.
The harm starts young. Children internalize fat phobia by the age of 5. Now, another thing that I want to talk about here is what they're doing is the extreme left is they're trying to take phobias right, and shame and smash them together, right? So internalized fat phobia linguistically makes no sense because it means that you have an irrational fear of yourself. So linguistically it makes no sense. What they are actually talking about is you feel ashamed, right? You know, by the age of 5, children know that if they are fat, it's a shameful thing, right? Shame is a good thing, right? If you think shame isn't a good thing, you are part of the problem, and you are the reason that paedophiles are now being called minor attracted people, because you think that shame is a bad thing. Shame is a fucking good thing. Shame stops women fucking with loads of people and making broken homes. Shame stops men cheating on the wives. Shame stops people hitting people. Shame stops a lot of things, and we need it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. If you weren't ashamed of yourself, you'd never cut your hair. If you weren't ashamed of yourself, you'd never put clothes on. You'd walk around nude. Shame is necessary for society. It's a tool that we use to keep things in the straight and narrow so we can keep moving forward. If everybody started doing everything and acted like a degenerate and we're walking on the street naked and fucking each other on the curb, right, society's going to crumble. Shame is a good thing. So internalized fat phobia is not a thing. What that is children recognizing being fat ain't good and you trying to justify it for them. That's what it means.
Children internalize fat phobia by the age of 5. Diet culture is fat phobia.
It can't be reformed, it must be abolished.
So diet culture is fat phobic and we have to abolish it. Do you see how this works? Like they see something as bad, so we need to get rid of it. So if they had it their way, right? If they had it their way, everybody would be fat, right? And I'm just going to throw a little curveball in here, right? What do you think the chances are that one of those two women thinks that there's too many people on the planet? You can't believe there's too many people on the planet and see all these fat fucks all over. 63% of people in the UK are overweight and 30-something% are obese. Overweight, not obese. And then 33% or something like that is obese, like properly like whalish. Do you know what I mean? Right? How is there too many people and not enough food if there's all these fat fucks walking about? Do the maths, put them into the equation. There's too many people because there's not enough food, but everybody's fat. How do those two equal out? Think about it. I'm sorry that one took so long. I don't mean to go on for ages, but I can't help myself.
What do you mean we're lucky to be white?
It's not luck, it's privilege.
We're privileged that people see us, not a color.
Privilege that we don't get stared at when we walk into the room.
Privilege that we don't get followed by security when we go shopping. Or pulled over when we're in the wrong neighborhood.
We're privileged because society was set up for us, and our silence keeps it in place.
We're privileged, and that's unfair.
That is a result of white guilt. Like, it's absolutely crazy. You can say that you're proud to be black. You can say you're proud to be Asian. You can say you're proud to be South American. He's probably going to say he's proud to be fucking one of the natives of North America. He's proud to say it. The moment I say I'm proud to be a white man, you call me a bigot. You're full of shit. You're all hateful. You can fuck right off. I genuinely do not care. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to keep spitting facts and logic, and none of you will debate me on it because you don't like conversation. You like shutting things down. You like abolishing things and quietening people. It's not going to work to me. I've got too big of a fucking mouth. It's not going to work.
A lot of white allies and accomplices ask, how can they support black and indigenous people of color? And sometimes I really don't know what to say, but here's one easy way. Just don't have babies.
So you don't want white people to reduce. You want white people not to reproduce. You want all white people gone. So you're advocating for white genocide. How the fuck is this okay? If I was on the internet advocating for any fucking genocide of any race, people would be going mad. They would be up in arms. I would have a lynch mob outside my door. But it's okay for people to say all white people don't have babies. I'm fucking outraged by it. It's absolutely disgusting. You're the fucking biggest hypocrites on the planet. You can't be racist, but it's my favourite weapon. Fuck you, you hypocritical piece of shit. Hypocrite is derived from an ancient Greek word meaning hypocrite. Hypocrite meant actor. Someone who plays a part. That's what hypocrite means, and we've derived it into hypocrite. That's what they are. Because you can't act like racism's bad and then be racist, you fucking moron.
Hi, my name is Harvey Quinn, and this is my new song called Biden Boy. Baby, I'm a Biden boy. I'm a Biden boy. Democrats are number one, so we're gonna take your guns. Baby, I'm a Biden boy, just trying to make it. And you better get that vax. I know the medical facts. You better wear that mask, or I'm gonna kick your ass.
In the grocery.
Oh, the fact that he picked one of the, like, he knew the song was a meme. I don't think that guy was serious. If he was serious, he's mad. He's like mentally unwell. He's unhinged. That is crazy. That he chose the island boy. Said island boy. I'm just island boy. Terrible. I know my rap. Rap is my genre, right? And I thought mumble rap was our lowest point. Like we went through like the 80s and the 90s. Like the 90s and the 80s and the 90s was really like genesis of gangster rap and stuff. And then that was so influential that spawned off lots of other stuff. And I thought mumble rap was our lowest point, but no. I'm just island boy.
Line, and there's a woman ahead of me talking to her friend that was with her, telling her about how she scheduled all of her kids for their, COVID vaccination appointments. Well, she had one of her kids with her who was a little boy. And of course, his reaction to hearing this was, no, I don't want to get a shot. They hurt. Please don't make me get a shot. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, obviously.
Typical kid response, Her reaction to him was this. If you don't get your COVID vaccination, Santa can't come to the house and bring you gifts, because Santa can only come into the houses of vaccinated children to bring them gifts. So that's what we're doing now.
Yeah. People have been doing fucked up
so
shit
the
like
little
that for years.
kids in Timmy's class that maybe can't get the shot, Santa ain't coming to their house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just shit. Oh, I want to put the shoe on the other foot there, right? Because I like to try and see it from both sides, right? So if you're going to be up in arms that a little boy didn't want to get a vaccine but his mum wanted him to get the vaccine, put the shoe on the other foot. If your child wanted the vaccine, would you allow them to get it? Or would you say, no, if you get that vaccine, I'm not going to pay your cell phone bill? Can you see how it's easy to become a hypocrite. It's easy to become a hypocrite. It really is. To believe that the one way that somebody does something to their child is wrong, but then you can do the same thing just using different actions. It's hypocritical.
You bitch. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Darling.
Do I have to say anything? Can we just all pretend we didn't see that, yeah? The irony that it's on a Christmas tree, like the Sabbath Christian holiday or whatever it's called. Jesus, I'm sorry. My grandma always used to tell me not to blaspheme. And I don't think I'm blaspheming. I think I'm calling for Jesus to come and see this stuff. Like, I think that's what it is. I don't think I'm using the Lord's name in vain. I think that when I say Jesus, I want him to look at me so he can see what I'm seeing. I think that's what it is. I think the Lord, if he is out there, he tries to use my eyes. Because I only ever say it when I'm properly stunned and shocked and I feel like somebody else I need some help with that. But I'm an atheist, so try and explain that to me in the comments. I don't think he is there, so why do I use it? Is it because I'm culturally Christian?
What would Jesus do with a semi-automatic weapon? Let's talk.
What would Jesus do? That's a good question. What would Jesus do with a semi-automatic weapon? Well, I don't think Jesus liked the Romans very much. I don't think there would have been as many legionary cohorts marching about if Jesus had an AR. It depends on ammo. Because if he just had the gun, he couldn't do much with it, could he? But if he could just turn stones into fucking 7.72 rounds or whatever the fire, I don't think we'd be speaking the language we speak now.
About it. Republican Congressman Tom Massey of Kentucky thought it would be funny to do apparently his Christmas card this year with his entire family holding semi-automatic weapons. Funny. I was particularly horrified by the weapon that the congressman himself is holding. Look at this thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. He looks like he's carrying a machine gun in front of a Christmas tree.
Jesus. What is it with people injecting politics into religion? I always thought that religious holidays was meant to be a time where, like Ben Shapiro, he doesn't even turn his he turns his phone off. Like it's a religious holiday. Like he spends it with his family and stuff. I thought that's what it was meant to be. Like I thought when Muslims get together and Christians get together and Jews get together, I thought it was like a celebration of like family and faith, and it was like a family communal thing. But I suppose that does make sense then, because what if their culture's guns? That's just part of their culture. It makes sense. It does make sense, sort of. But is it a bit blasphemous? I don't know. Like I say, I'm an atheist. I don't have nerves that can be hit by this. But yeah, if you're a Christian, let me know if you're a Christian. Is it offensive to put abortion stuff and to put assault rifle stuff in the Christmas pot and mix it in? Is it offensive to mix politics in? I think it is, but I'm not sure how a Christian would feel.
Show you this because it's weird and it's really screwed up.
It's weird, but I don't know.
Whether you're a gun nut, whether you treat guns as a fetish or what, that's your own private business. I don't care what people do in the privacy of their own bedroom. But to bastardize Christmas, to pose in front of a Christmas tree with weapons like this, with weapons of war. These are literally weapons of war. Look at the thing he's carrying. That is a weapon of war. It's not a hunting weapon. That is a weapon that troops use to go and kill each other.
So does that mean that the previous one that we've just seen with the abortion on, this crazy leftist dude that's like outraged by this, would he hold the same view on the abortion thing? Or is he going to be a Greek actor again?
To go and kill each other.
So there's not a huge difference besides that's what I'm comfortable with. Plenty of genderqueer people use they them pronouns. Most genderqueer people use they them pronouns. But sometimes we find sets that work better for us, and that's what Near is for me. This is not...
That's what it sounded like she had an error in the system there. It sounded like her voice unit failed. I want to hear that again. I'm sorry. I had my eyes shut a lot. I wasn't expecting it.
But sometimes we find sets that work better for us, and that's what Near is for me. This is not disrespectful. This is lovely. You can Google it as well, but here's one sentence. Nee went to the market with near friends who love Nem. Nee went to the market with near friends who love Nem. I hope this helps.
It didn't help. You're crazy. You need some help. You need some help. You really do. You can't just start inventing language. Language is like the amalgamation of thousands of people talking to each other. You can't just come along one day and I've got this really good idea. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that.
I teach high school, and most days of the week I come to school in stilettos. I get to stand at about 6'6", and the reason why is so I can create an explicitly queer space for all of my students.
Explicitly queer? Why? So does that mean I should go in, if I was a teacher, and I should create an explicitly heterosexual space? I should go in there and I should have my fucking, be dressed as like a lumberjack with a ripped shirt, do you know what I mean? Like I should go in there and it should just stink of my musky armpits. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to me, this. Why are you trying to make it explicitly queer? You're not even trying to be subtle. Even doing it subtly is wrong. So the fact that you say that, I hope you are fired. I walk around 3 miles in these around my class. Jesus.
That way they know that this place is a place for them, by them.
How is it for them? If you're the only one who knows he's queer, by your logic, all of them don't know they're queer, and you need to create a space so that they can be queer in it. So how are they creating the space if you're the only queer one? The only person who can create a queer space is the queer person. So if none of them are queer and you're the only queer one, you're responsible for creating the queer space. So how is it by them, for them? It's a place for them, by you. You fucking lunatic.
And because I never had one of those growing up.
Yeah, you never had one of those growing up because it's not normal and it's not good. It's not healthy for children. They should not be exposed to anything sexual like that. I should not be going there and teaching them about heterosexuality. It's their own path, their own journey to walk on. You can guide them if they ask you questions, but you should guide them based on what's best for them, not what you believe. Because this is your belief. If everybody was gay, the human race would go extinct. It's not good, is it? Think about it. If we all did it, we'd die. So it can't be good.
So, yeah. Bit of a beast.
Are you excited to see Grandpa's?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. It always sickens me, properly sickens me in my gut when I see people doing that to kids. I'm gonna find a clip. I'm gonna find a clip of Jordan Peterson saying that the majority of them would turn out gay. The majority of people that go through gender dysphoria would turn out gay by the time they were 18, like 80% of them, give or take. And the gay community is starting to wake up to this. And instead of people being allowed to grow up and be gay and be normal homosexual people with normal, because homosexuality is a sexual preference. It's not an identity. It's not who you are. You are a human being that happens to be gay. You are not queer, and then everything else is built around that. Like it's totally different. But yeah, man, I tried to keep it a bit shorter, 32 minutes, but I can't help myself, can I? I'm opinionated. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you guys watching, because why would I do it? If I was getting 0 views, I wouldn't keep going. So you're the fuel in this furnace at the minute. Thanks for that. Peace.
Most of the kids who are being surgically mutilated would have grown up to be gay. And the gay community is starting to wake up to that. And so now if you're a 10-year-old boy and you're ambivalent, let's say, or 12-year-old boy or girl, and you're ambivalent about your identity and perhaps about your sexuality, we know the data suggested that a large proportion of kids with that gender, or the body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, would grow up gay. But most of them would settle into their body, like 85% of them or so who have gender dysphoria at the clinical level would settle into their body by the time they're 18. And now, well, a good number of them are slated for hormonal and surgical mutilation.
Do you not think that we as a culture should tolerate the changes, or do you think
no,
we should?
I think we should ban the conversion of minors to people of the opposite sex, so to speak, if they're under 18.